3D model that you designed in Beetle blocks or another piece of 3D modeling software and prepare it for 3D printing. The first thing we'll do is we will export it as an STL. STL is a simpler 3D format than OBJ, so it's a good one to start with. It'll eliminate unnecessary complications. SVG is a 2D format, so we don't want that here. We want to actually make a 3D file. And it will automatically download with the same name as you named your Beetle blocks program. Then we'll go over to the makerbot software. The type of 3D printer that it's set to is the Replicator 2. That's the one we have at the school. If that wasn't set to that, you would have to change it. And I believe you change it under select type of device, under devices. So make sure that's the Replicator 2. And if you chose a different one, you get a different kind of bed size. So we will add a file. And that's where we can go in and to the downloads and find our hellopin.stl in this case, or whichever file you saved. We'll open that. So we get this message because it's expecting whatever your units were, which are sort of arbitrary in Beetle blocks, to be millimeters. And I'm just going to say keep size, because we can resize that later. And then it's asking if we want to put the object on the platform. That's good, because otherwise it's floating in midair and won't print properly. So then we'll zoom in. I'm just using 2 fingers on the trackpad to look at this shape, and I'm using shift and click to move around. And then if I just click and drag, I can rotate. So we don't really want to print this vertically. It would be better to print it flat, because the print head is going to kind of move up in layers and be more likely to fall over if it's vertical like this. So we'll first go into move, change position, and actually that's just moving it around. Okay, so we're not going here. We're going to go into rotate, and often it's just in multiples of 90 degrees, so we'll try that. So that looks flat, that's good, but now it's in midair. So we will also go over to move, and we'll click on platform. There we go, so now it should actually be on the bed, which is good. And then we'll scale it. So these units are, I believe, millimeters, but in inches, this whole bed is 6 by 11. So what I like to do is go into scale and think about it in inches, because that's easier for me. Some people would much rather work in millimeters, and that's great too. And I'm going to say that I want it to be about 1.5 inches, so I'll type 1.5, forgetting that it says millimeters for a second. And then I will click inches to millimeters, and it's going to treat what I typed in as inches and convert it to millimeters for me. So now it's still in millimeters, but that's the 1.5 inches that I wanted. So that looks good. And that's ready. And I can move it around now. And I might not want to put it right in the middle, because we do a lot of printing right in the middle of the bed. And so the tape that we've put down might be a little damaged. So we're in scaling here. How funny. Well, I'm just going to undo that. And then go into move mode, which is actually what we want to be now. And now, I think when I click and drag, there we go, it's just going to move it around. So you could choose somewhere other than the center if you want to. I wouldn't put it too near the edges, because it will have more trouble printing. That's good. So then I will click Settings and check that everything's the way I want it. Standard tends to be good for quality. It gives you some options. If you had a really big shape, you could choose how much infill there would be. So that would mean, is it completely solid filled with plastic, or does it build inside the shape a layer of many sort of supporting structures that make the whole thing lighter instead of completely filling it with plastic. And I'm just going to leave the default on. That seems great. Raft is going to build a plastic platform under your actual piece that creates a flatter place for it to stick. I don't think this one really needs one because it's such a flat piece, but I'm just going to leave that checked. It doesn't take very long, and it tends to make things look nicer. And then support would build up support material if there was anything overhanging. And some things just aren't possible to print, but this will do a really good job for a lot of things. I'll check that, but I doubt it's actually going to build any support because, again, this is such a flat, sort of straightforward piece. There's no overhanging parts to it. We definitely want PLA. That's all we put in the 3D printers in the computing room and the electronics room, so we'll leave that. And we'll just leave this at the defaults too, so this all looks good. And then I will click export. And it's used all my settings, it's giving me a preview as to print time. This is not always perfectly exactly that amount of time, but it gives you a good ballpark. And then I'll click export. And I want to save it to the SD card that's inside the makerbot. So put that in here, and it should say .x3g, which is the actual instructions for the printer. And I'll save that. And you want to wait for this to finish before we pull out the SD card.